Hi, welcome. It's been a minute, hasn't it? Oh, I see. It's been so long I forgot to add this little light. I don't know if that made a big difference. So, yeah, okay. So, reset. I've been away a while, and then when I came back, I was busy, and then we went away again, and then I came back and started doing crafts in my free time instead of tarot readings. So I'm excited to get back into tarot. I actually picked up a couple of decks while I was on vacation. We took a week road trip to the East Coast to see the fall leaves. I didn't know that there was a whole word for that called leaf peepers. Like we were leaf peepers. It was fun. So I love going into old bookstores or any bookstore. And so I found a couple cool ones up in Maine and New York. And this one I'm going to use today. I haven't even used it yet. This is its maiden voyage. All I've done is shuffled it to get them out of order. It's Tarot of Mystical Moments. I love the artwork. There are a million decks out there, and I might have 500,000 already, but there are many, many million more, and I only buy them if like the artwork, something about the artwork really speaks to me, and this one looked pretty beautiful. And then I bought a little baby travel size called Tarot of the Owls. It is so cute, like the the artwork. So I'm excited I haven't used those either. So here we go. Let's see what comes through for this reading. And I've only I think done one this month, and it was from my studio, so I don't even know the last time I did one from my happy place. You can see the mess back there of sewing. I'm currently back on my sewing. I had to dig out my sewing machines. I go through phases. I have so many hobby crafts, like, don't we all? It's just like, what do you feel like in the moment? Right now I felt like I'm in this phase of life of like only doing what really grips me, and then actually trying to get good at it. Whereas before I'd do it for a while and be like, whatever, never tried to get good at anything. And so I have to share this. Story time, sorry. Tarot I still love deeply. I can't even imagine not loving it. It fuels everything I love, like the mystery of the universe, archetypes, the hero's journey, poetry, synchronicity, intuition, like all of that stuff, all in one little package. So I have a feeling this is here to stay, but we'll see. You never know. Can't predict. And then I pulled out my flute. I didn't take flute in high school. I took clarinet. But something years ago, I was like, I want to learn how to play flute. And so I took that on my road trip to relearn my scales and whatever. And then I said, F that. I'm just going to noodle around on it. And it's so fun. So now I leave it put together and it's upstairs. I can just pick it up and bust out some new toodaloos. And then eventually, so actually started learning a song that was on my bucket list. Yes, I have a bucket list. And it's called, you know this song, Going Up the Country. Can you hear that? Yeah, so I've always wanted to learn that on flute, and I started to learn like the notes and the progression. It's tricky, yo, for somebody who doesn't know how to play flute. So that's in the works, trying to get that song learned, because wouldn't it just be awesome to just be able to pick up a flute and play that, because it's such a good tune. And then I said, I want to learn how to dance. I've always wanted to learn how to dance, and so I'm on I finally had to get some shoes that I could shuffle in. So I'm starting with basic footwork. Every day I practice. Every day I'm shuffling. I didn't even mean to say that. And that is so much fun to have that. And like, oh my God, this is the perfect form of exercise. I get to learn how to do something, and I'm breathing and sweating more than I would just riding my stationary bike, because I've gotten kind of like, in a routine with my bike. And my knees are old, so I've been doing squats every day to strengthen them. And I feel stronger, and I'm able to like maybe do more with the dancing than I thought I'd be able to. We'll see. And this woman I'm learning from online, she didn't even start till she was 54 or something. I'm like, yes, I can do it. And then I'm sewing, and I decide I want to finally learn how to make clothing that I will actually wear and that looks professionally finished. Like I've always made clothing, but like the seams are terrible and like nothing has a polished finish. And so I love making weird clothes, but then I never end up wearing them. So that's the other thing I'm doing. So I have all of this stuff just out, so I can just jump in and do it. The downside is that my tarot practice has taken a hit with all the travels this year and now all my hobbies. So thanks for sticking with story time. I just thought I'd let you know what I've been up to. And I'm still doing A Course in Miracles, the daily reflection, and I'm really proud of myself, guys, for like sticking in there. I'm at lesson like 293 or something out of 365. I've never had that much stick-to-itiveness, so I'm really proud of that. And I'm gonna finish it. Yep. And then I was thinking ahead to like, I really want, not just need, to do a daily practice next year. What would it be? And I want it to be creative, but not too restrictive. So I'm like, it would be great to do one little like furthering along of any one of these interests I have, like especially poetry. And my goal, I think, I don't want to speak it into the universe yet. I haven't told anybody. I want to go to a spoken word, open mic, poetry, and perform something. The problem is I first have to write it. So I'm in that process too. And luckily there is a local-ish, there's a place I can go that meets twice a month. So the stage is there and you can just get on the list. Now I've got to work up the nerve, but first I got to write the thing. So I've been actually noodling some stuff around, and I just got to get thumbs to phone. I almost said pen to paper, but I'm going to do it on my phone because I don't write anymore. So that's all what's going on. How about you? Well, drop me a line. Okay, hopefully you fast forwarded through that. Okay, what have you been feeling lately? Because I said this in my A Course in Miracles reflection this morning. I feel like the last month, more and more stuff's been coming to the surface to process, like to let go of. It's not even stuff that I feel is deep, dark, heavy, whatever. It's more like energetic stuff. And then everything's a synchronicity lately. Like as soon as I think something, that video pops up. And then I'm like, has somebody implanted a chip already and I just don't know it? And they're just reading my thoughts. And so I'm like, I'm on the right path, whatever this is, because all the synchronicities are flying and things are more at the surface. I don't have to do a lot of digging. It's just like things are full on. I feel it. And then it's like, okay, sit, release. It's like the turnover time for that whole cycle of like to be feeling stuff and processing it out and coming back into peace is like faster and faster. So I really appreciate that. It's just, I don't think there's ever going to be an end to it, and that's fine. I've learned how to sit with things. But what do you feel lately? So I wonder if that's going to come through in the reading. And I've heard other people talk about it online, about like October has been that way. And then I'm like, you're telling me, brother. So let's just see what we got. We have the Knight of Pentacles crossed by the Ace of Swords. Oh, interesting. First of all, this is my first time seeing this artwork. I just have to well, you can see it, it looks like. This is look at this shell type thing with the key. It's like to unlock that knowing, there's like a new clarity that's challenging this slow and steady progress toward something you're building or some place you want to go that's going to take, baby steps to reach the what do you call it? Slow and steady wins the race, but it's not a race. It's taking the necessary steps to see something through. And here I am talking about how I can never see anything through. But this is challenged by almost this, the new inspiration. So it's kind of funny how we talked a little bit about my personal experience with that, but this is what these two cards are saying in relationship to each other, is that there's always that new inspiration, or because the swords are thought-based and aces are ooh, new incoming thoughts, new incoming inspirations or ideas. And it also is this, if you want to take it into the spiritual realm, this could be what new insights am I gaining in my own personal growth story that's going to fuel me to see it through in this physical reality. It's I can't just live up in the spiritual clouds of doing my work and but not really grounding it down into my reality. What's it all for? I have one life to live, so we think, and it's whatever insights I gain about this bigger self that I am, this, I want to be the best version of me, right? How do I ground that down into my everyday life? How do I marry the two? This is called integration in a nutshell. Okay, so, well, let's keep going. Where do you feel this in your life? This balance between learning, growing, expanding, and really trying to reach beyond just the physical, but also anchor it back down into the physical, because we're in a physical vessel. This is our vehicle for this life. So to me, that means, integration is the only word I can think, or the best word for the moment. Okay, so let's do a few more. I kind of want to do 4, but we'll see. Well, look at there, 10 of Wands. Wow. Okay, and then I'll do one more from the bottom, the Page of Swords. Okay, let's see what we got. I just have to take a minute because I have not seen any of this artwork yet, and it is, look at how stunning it is. It's just vibrant, interesting. I feel like I can look at these and just dive in and see something new each time. And I love tarot decks that are like that, because that's part of the intuitive reading, is the imagery will spark something new each time. So is the overall to kind of go along with that idea of integration. So we have the Page of Swords also. Page of Swords and Ace of Swords to me are very similar in the way that it's, first of all, they're both swords. So it's all about, to me, that inspiration and look at this dandelion, how you blow on it, and it's just so beautiful, and it is an inspiring imagery in a way, because it's just beauty, right? And it's lightness of mind also. So to me, this doesn't feel like deep, dark, heavy reading. This feels like something's very opening, and we'll get to this piece because this does feel like a very intuitive, spiritual opening kind of journey here. So this feels like something's very inspiring about learning more about the self. So this feels like getting to know yourself at the deepest level. And that might sound cheesy if you've never tried diving deep into yourself and not assuming that you already know everything there is hiding in there, lurking, waiting to be discovered in the best way. Like, I wonder about that sometimes. Like, we think we know ourselves so well, and I'm like, what don't I even know yet about myself that I would be surprised to learn? Right? I gotta think about that. That sounds fun. Like, to throw away all expectations that I know myself. Because I remember not that long ago, maybe a couple months ago, when I was in one of those phases of integration of just like, I'm so sick of my own shit. You know what I mean? And I said that. I was just like, I knew my own cycles, the machinations of mind, like the machinery of my mind, my whole life I look back on sometimes, and I'm just like, it's wonderful. I've loved the life I've lived. And then I'm like, how boring. I've revisited my stories over and over and over. I know my cycles. I know my pitfalls. I know everything, and I'm so sick of my own shit. I want something new. I want to break out of my cycle. I want to learn something new about myself. So I just laughed because I just went through that this year yet again of like, I'm done. Something new already, you know? Like, it's almost like I was ready to level up, and I was just like, let me shake off the rest of whatever is holding me back, right? So I don't know why that came out. So anyway, then we have, so both of these lead me to think there's some new inspiration here, and it has to do about learning maybe what, like, we're inspired to learn more about ourselves in a nutshell. So the progression here is we have Judgment, 10 of Wands, the High Priestess, and 5 of Swords. Judgment, I'm going to do a high level, and then we'll probably go into an extended where I'll use the little baby owls to do some clarifications and go way deeper, hopefully. So the Judgment card is one of awakening, and it is awakening to our true selves. It's like the old self was the sleeping self. Like, we kind of walk through life as our assumed to be self we've always known and loved and not loved it sometimes. But now it's like, oh, we're awakening to something bigger. The 10 of Wands being, it's been like this journey we've been on that's been kind of hard, been kind of heavy. And now we're at the end of that cycle, and we're putting down the burdens. This is, we're unburdening ourselves in order to awaken. But first we had that desire, inspiration to awaken to our bigger self. And now it's like, we're gonna go, if we haven't already, there's a time where we'll be going through a phase of really unburdening. And that came up recently, didn't it, in one of the Course in Miracles videos I did, where it's like that, I forget even what I talked about, but the unburdening was really, or maybe it was another reading, sorry. But it seems to be the theme today, is that's part of the breaking out of an old cycle that's no longer relevant. It's not even just that we're trying to bypass it or get out of it. It's just no longer relevant. It's like the energetic remnants of like, yeah, this could keep happening, but it has no draw for me. It has no pull on me. And it's not weighted in, like, no need. Sometimes there's not even a need to do shadow work. They're just energetic remnants of cycles. And we're like, if we see it for what it is, drop it, we can walk away pretty easily. Now, there are some things we can't walk away from until we look at them, right? And it's like, really sit with it and process it, heal it, do the shadow work, whatever you want to call it. This feels like, oh wait, I can just drop this, and it's a burden I didn't even know that I was still lugging around, and all I had to do was drop it, and it was easy. So there may be some of that right now. May take like looking at it and seeing it for what it is, and not feeling shame, like you still have to carry it around or else you won't be who you are and be doing what people expect you to do. It's like, no, just drop it. Just drop it. So the High Priestess is all about the intuition, like we talked about. So intuitively go deep inside, like, who are you? And it's almost like, you know, it'd be fun. I don't know why this came to me, but when we're inspired to learn who we really are or could be, like this better version of ourselves, what if you found like a questionnaire, just some quirky fun thing, and about whatever, and just like things that you would want to ask somebody you were really interested in, but turn it around on yourself and then ask the question and immediately answer it without even thinking. Like that type of intuition of like, those answers are in us if we get our thinking mind out of the way and say, oh my God, I just learned something new about myself. How do I feel about XYZ? What do I want to do? Where do I want to live? What like whatever those questions are, it'd be that intuitive, quick answer. I think that'd be fun. I gotta find a questionnaire. I'm giving myself ideas. So then the last card here is the Five of Swords. So it's funny. It's like almost didn't, like I saw 4 cards in my mind, but I was like, oh, I want to stop with 3 because I like the number 3 better. And then I'm like, no, pull 4. And I guess there's a good reason, because the Five of Swords is many things. But what I think about is how, oh, this artwork's neat. I gotta slow down and look at the artwork more. This guy has like, the silhouette of a guy has like crisscrosses over his heart. There's a hole there. And this person is holding a flower over half of her face and looking very stoic. I don't even know the word. She's all buttoned up. So it feels like, because the Five of Swords sometimes is about looking back at maybe the wounds we've caused other people. And sometimes it's about looking back and seeing how have we been wounded through life, and are we still carrying that stuff forward? Either are we still carrying the guilt and regrets for how we've harmed other people through life in some way, or are we carrying the, oh, what do you call it? When you are grudge, when you're still carrying grudges for when people have done wrong to you. So this could go either way, so just feel into it, but it's like, what are we still carrying? Those are still more burdens to lay down. And so this is, maybe that's the flavor of burden. This is really asking us to take a look at, because these fives call for a shift in perspective by just simply turning and looking at the thing. So where might you have a heart wound or heart wounded others in life that's asking us to say, drop it. It's not here anymore. That time is long gone. Everybody's really fine. And if they're not, you would reach out and do something about it. So, and that's also part of this, the Five of Swords, is what lessons were needed to be learned. Is it not doing something? I just talked about this morning too. Sometimes you just don't need to do anything. It's just all a mental problem. We're just carrying these things with us. Or is it something where you really do need to reach out, and only you will know to correct that wound? So that's what we have for the baseline, and then we're going to go into the extended and go deeper into this journey about what are we learning about ourselves, and what else is there to transform, awaken to our true self. So we'll see what comes through. Thanks for being here. Bye.